Hello and welcome to Drop the Mic Podcast, where we discuss technology, theology, and all things in between. I want to personally thank you for joining us today. Now sit back, relax, share this, engage with the podcast that's already in progress. God bless you.
Have you ever felt a sense of restlessness, like something more you're meant to do, but you can't quite put your finger on it? Maybe you've been asking yourself, God, what are you calling me to do? And how in the world do I find out? In the next few minutes, we're going to explore how to discover your vocation. It isn't just about chasing goals. It's about listening to a deeper calling that's been within you all along. Let's start by breaking down the word vocation. It comes from a Latin word vocare, which means to call. Your vocation isn't about something you create. It's about something you hear. It's a calling that comes deep within you, reflecting your true essence and purpose. But in today's world, we're consistently bombarded with noise, whether it be social media, career pressures, expectation of others. It easily allows you to lose touch with that inner voice. The world is filled with so many distractions and external pressures that it becomes difficult to hear truly what you're called to do. Research tells us that people who feel connected to their calling are not just more satisfied in their work, they're also happier and more resilient in the face of life's challenges. When you live according to your true vocation, your life gains a sense of coherence, direction, which can make all the difference when life gets tough. And trust me, life is going to get tough. But this connection doesn't happen by accident. It starts with intentional listening. It requires creating a space in your life for reflection, the quiet time where the noise of the world fades away, and the voice of your true self can emerge. And most of the time, we can't hear what the true self is saying because there's so many distractions around us. I want to share my own story. There was a time where I was so focused on pastoring and leading, and that I was, and achieving goals, that I was missing out on the actual calling of my life, which is to help people see Christ in the marketplace. I was just checking off boxes that society told me were important, but something felt off, like I was living for someone else. It wasn't until I paused, asked myself, what is going on? What is life asking from me? That I began to uncover my true vocation, start to realize my true calling wasn't about achieving external success or sitting in the first chair and pastoring. It was about aligning my life to my deepest values and passion. And that's when everything started to shift. Suddenly, the work I was doing felt more meaningful. I felt more connected to it. I felt more connected to my core values and who I am. So I know you're wondering with all that monologue, how does one start to discover their vocation? It begins with deep listening. Here are some steps, though, at least 4 steps that you can take today to discover your vocation. Number 1, as I've already stated, quiet the noise. Set aside time each day, even if it's just for 10 minutes, to sit in silence, without distractions, listening to what your heart is telling you, to what God is telling you. What are the reoccurring thoughts, the dreams you ignored, the passions you downplayed? This practice helps you reconnect with your inner voice that's been drowned by the external noise. Number 2, are you asking the right questions? Instead of asking, what do you want from my life? Ask, what is life asking of me? This shifts your focus from an external achievement to an internal alignment to one's true self. It's about listening to the subtle cues and feelings that point you toward your true calling. And your true calling is also rooted in Christ. Identify your core values. What are the non-negotiable values that you hold? These are the truths that you cannot help but live by when you're being true to yourself. For example, if creativity or helping others is at the core of who you are, your vocation naturally aligns with those values. Number 3, reflect on your past experiences, no matter how traumatic they may be. Look back on the moments in your life where you felt truly alive and fulfilled? What were you doing? Who were you with? Those moments often hold clues to your calling. Often the activities or situations where you felt the most connected to your true self point directly to your vocation. Remember, the journey to discover your vocation is not about finding a specific job title or career path. It's about aligning your life with your deepest values and truths. It's about living in a way that feels authentic and true to who you are. Now that we've explored how to start discovering your vocation, I want to encourage you to take action this week. Make it a point to listen to the life's voice. Start with just one of those steps I mentioned, whether it's setting aside time to reflect, identify core values, asking yourself what life is asking you for, or simply remembering where you've come and where God is taking you. All of these things will help you discover what your calling is. And if this episode resonated with you, don't forget to hit the subscribe for more discussions on living life on purpose and authenticity. I'd love to hear your thoughts on what steps you're taking to discover your true calling. Share your journey on social media or in the comments, or send me an inbox, and I would love to see how God is moving through your life. If you need more information about this, go pick up Parker J. Palmer's book, Let Your Life Speak. It's an excellent read, and you don't want to bypass that. And remember, your vocation isn't something you need to chase. It is something you need to hear. Until next time, y'all, keep listening, keep shining, keep connecting, keep serving, and keep leading. Peace.
Thank you for listening to today's podcast. My hope is that the podcast added value to your life. Please, please, please subscribe from your favorite application, leave us a review, and even follow us on YouTube for your up-to-date information. Thank you. Peace.